As the War of the Monarch continues to heat up with the upcoming release of Just Till Dawn, let's dive into the lore surrounding Solana. Solana stands proudly at the very center of Wraith, a gleaming bastion dedicated to instituting the will of Sol. The city of Solana stands tall amidst the golden fields at the very heart of Wraith. It is a radiant beacon for all to follow. Its soaring stone walls glitter in the light of the sun as it watches over its outlying villages like a stalwart guardian. It shepherds its charges along the path of light. Through its grand gates lie shining city streets lined with banners of white and gold. Once a small settlement, the city of Solana has grown throughout the centuries, providing a place of sanctuary to all who follow the light. Benevolent scholars smile upon the crowds, providing enlightenment, guidance, and counsel, while noble knights patrol the city walls and fields beyond, protecting the innocent with sword and shield. Together, they work to protect and provide for their people, dedicating their lives to upholding the word of Sol. All are welcome within Solana, whether inside the city proper or in the villages which lie beyond its walls. The citizens of Solana honor Sol in every aspect of their lives. They carry the glory and wisdom of the light within their hearts as they seek to guide all of Wraith into a golden age, where all will be free of pain and suffering. Legends speak of blessed pilgrims from a distant land drawn to Wraith by the will of Sol. Upon sacred ground, they built a small village that would one day bloom into a paragon of virtue and enlightenment. Under the careful guidance of the first Grand Magister, the great city of Solana blossomed, growing ever larger in scale and in stature. In time, its radiance drew attention from a malevolent gaze, and the fledgling city found itself targeted by the onslaught of the Shadow, a great evil which spread forth, intent on extinguishing the light. Despite this sinister force which threatened to overwhelm them, Solanians stood strong, fortified by their faith. They refused to bow before the foul storm. Solana stands proudly at the very center of the world, its marble walls gleaming as they reflect the light of the sun. Its ramparts are reinforced with hundreds of years of layered spellwork, which form an impenetrable barrier to defend the city against both physical and magical attacks. Deliberately built in accordance with Sol's divine will, the city's elegance and symmetry are apparent to all who enter. Beyond the 8 imposing gates lie 8 city sectors, with 8 grand walkways leading through the city, converging at the Grand Solarium. A colossal complex of shining towers, the Solarium is Solana's crowning jewel, beloved to those who call the city home. Throughout Solana, the grand walkways are interlinked by plazas, great open spaces in which her citizens can gather to hear proclamations and news from the city's magisters and archons. Massive markets are supplied by miraducts, raised paths which allow goods to be transported quickly from one side of the city to the other. Individual stores line the roadway's paving stones, spilling out into residential and trade areas alike. From wall to shining wall, the city of Solana surges with joyous, bustling life. Its streets lined with cheerful homes and vaulted rooftops, colorful banners swaying in the gentle breeze. The people of Solana are amicable by nature, welcoming all into their city so that they might see the splendor of Sol for themselves. While born Solanians feel a deep connection to Sol, they believe that it is their sacred duty to spread the teachings of the light to all of Wraith. Visitors are commonplace, welcomed by the people of Solana, and greeted by diplomats who are especially chosen to receive them as honored guests. Each and every citizen is chosen for their role. Their duty to Solana is revealed through divine providence. As such, Solanians are incredibly dedicated to their respective crafts, as many believe that they were born to fulfill their purpose, and thus serve their beloved city. In fact, when a child of Solana turns 8 years old, an Archon will arrive at their home to lead them to a special room within the Solarium, where they will conduct the awakening ceremony. This sacred space is filled with a wide and varied selection of items, from ancient tomes to swords and shields, smithing hammers to aprons and looms. Every trade and profession within Solana is represented within this lofty space. Once the ceremony begins, one of the items in particular within the room will resonate with Sol's light and begin to glow, revealing the child's divine calling. Many families within Solana have passed down their trades throughout the generations, honing their craft over the centuries with the help of Sol's divine guidance. Many scholars and seekers of knowledge have traveled to Solana for the sole purpose of seeing the Great Library, a labyrinthine complex found at the base of the solarium. An imposing sight, the floor is constructed from lustrous marble, with floor-to-ceiling shelves containing thousands of tomes and scrolls, as well as bound parchments authored by the scholars of Solana. Above, towering mosaics of colored glass depict scenes from the history of the city and its people. 5 colossal statues stand at the very center of the library's main foyer, constructed in gold and ivory, each one portraying one of Solana's 5 Grand Magisters. Any Solanian may enter and read the tomes found within its walls, which contain accounts of Solana's history, the legends of Sol, tales of the world beyond the city walls, and information on the various districts of Solana. Large tables line the hallways of the Library of Illumination, which includes spaces for any visitor to read and study. Only the uppermost levels of the library is open to the public, while the remaining levels lie hidden underground, accessible only to scholars of the Light of Sol. In ancient times, it was the Light of Sol which guided the city's founders onto the shores of Wraith. It showed them where to build their home and was what protected their fledgling fortress from the shadow. The Order of the Light was born of these ancestors, noble individuals who sought to spread Sol's blessings and watch over their people. The Order of the Light are predominantly comprised of scholars, including acolytes, chancellors, archons, and magisters. They are the spiritual lifeline of the kingdom, providing a variety of services to their people. The members of the Order of Light are healers, academics, researchers, scribes, guides, confidants, leaders, and fighters, working to serve and defend their people in whichever role they are most needed. Many such scholars will journey beyond the city walls in their lifetime, fighting alongside the Knights of the Hand of Sol, and joining their parties on expeditions and patrols. The Hand of Sol is Solana's order of knights who defend the city from outside threats. While all in the Hand of Sol call Solana their home, they frequently travel beyond the city's walls, scouting for dangers, watching over settlements, and defending the innocent from harm. Beyond the Grand Gates, these knights travel in parties, their numbers ranging anywhere from small adventuring squads to massive war brigades. Many of these companies are assigned a member of the Order of Light, who not only provides healing and guidance to the knights, but helps them to spread the word of light in their travels. While all knights of Solana come from the Hand of Sol, not all members of the Hand are knights. There are some who serve a more specific purpose, becoming a part of a more specialized team who are able to respond to unique threats. Many centuries ago, an apostate betrayed the people of Solana and turned his back upon the light. Driven mad with power, he embraced the vile corruptions of the shadow and unleashed his toxic ideology upon the world. When the noble warriors of the light sought to stop him, he fled to an isolated island and soiled the earth there with the corruptions of the shadows, severing his place of horrors from the rest of Wraith. The demonastery was thus born of blood and sacrifice, a cursed, blighted castle which harbors the horrors of the damned. Ever since, the demonastery and Solana have stood in direct opposition to one another. It is the nature of the shadow to destroy, seeking to eliminate the light. Throughout the centuries, Solana has fought valiantly against the forces of the shadow, working to protect the innocent from corruption and despair. In times of great strife, when this constant battle has threatened to overwhelm the many lands of Wraith, Sol has gifted his blessings upon his most devout followers, bestowing upon them the power to drive back the shadow. The radiant glory of the light grants them divine grace, enhancing their natural abilities and lending to them the might of Sol. Now, for the first time in centuries, the demonastery is struck at the very heart of Solana, raining down shadows upon the city like a vile plague. With the blessings of Sol and the guidance of the light, the Solanians have risen to the challenge, taking up arms in their quest to defend all of Wraith from the horrors of the demonastery. Now, as then, they will drive back the shadow and guide the common people into an era of peace and prosperity. As the demonastery is unleashing the full force of its fiendish power upon the city, Sol has once again gifted his blessings upon the devout. Some have awakened to the calling of the light, finding their strength and talents augmented by Sol's favor. Others have found themselves marked by the sigil of one of Sol's heralds, choosing some of the light's followers as their charges in the battles to come. As dusk consumes the day, the demonastery's otherworldly shadow hordes tear through the dimensional rift, hell-bent on the destruction of Solana. Yet in their darkest hours, allies emerge in unity alongside the valiant defenders of light in hope of once more seeing in the break of dawn. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys found that video interesting, informative. I hope it kind of helps to put things into context moving into, you know, spoiler season, which is starting today, June 30th. So keep an eye out for new cards for the upcoming set, Dusk Till Dawn. We also have pre-release coming up very, very soon. So 1 week to wait here, July 7th to 9th pre-release. Really looking forward to it. So we're going to be diving into this battle of light versus shadow. And then finally, the set Dusk Till Dawn is releasing July 14th. So anyways, thanks again so much. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you like this type of content. I plan on posting more lore type videos as I myself explore the lore surrounding this amazing game. But for now, take care and we'll chat real soon, okay? Cheers, everybody.